guys, welcome back to the channel. So this week was Farm Auction Week for us. One of our favorite events of the year. We look forward to it every year. It's a big farm auction locally here, put on by our local community of Amish. And it's a really big auction. They have a ton of stuff. That's why it's really fun to check out. They have brand new tools they sell, hand tools, some farm tools, a ton of like brand new Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, power tools. So lots to look at there. They also have used farm equipment on consignment, what you would typically find at a farm auction. They do handmade furniture, quilts, handmade quilts, so that's pretty cool. And then the thing that we're most excited about is plants. They have a ton of shrubs and bushes and flowers and fruiting plants and fruit trees. So that's one of the things that we're always excited to look at and bid on. So this year we were able to pick up 4 apple trees. So we got 2 galas and 2 pink ladies. Another cool thing we got this year was a pretty good sized maple tree. So we just want to add that tree to the house, kind of spruce up the landscaping and put something in that's gonna last generations. So we're gonna plant those trees. We want to get those in the ground shortly after we get them home because we don't want them to continue to sit in the pots that they've been in their whole life. So we want to get those out and free. A lot of them are going to be root bound, so we got to kind of pull those roots out and get the soil prepared and ready for them so they can stretch out and start to grow. We're going to use the tractor. I have a 3-point auger for the tractor, so that's really helpful when it comes to planting trees. So we're going to get those trees in the ground, and I'm going to have you guys follow along. Drop it right on my toe. Back a little more. It will naturally come back more. Alright. Yep. That's good. Last night.
Yeah. Well, that's for a tree.
Yeah, that's a nice tree, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice tree.
So we want to make sure that we're preparing these holes correctly for these. So we put a little fertilizer in the bottom of the hole. So there's the granulated fertilizer you can see in there. We'll mix that in with the dirt that's in there, the loose dirt. We want to make sure there's plenty of loose dirt. And then when we get the trees out, we're going to break up the root ball a little bit so that those roots have a chance to spread out. We just want to make sure the sidewalls of the hole are kind of loose too with the soil. That's what's nice about using the auger, is because that doesn't really pack things in. It just kind of pulls it out nice and loosely. So we're going to do that for all 4 of those holes. And we're also going to add a little bit of water in the bottom of the hole before we put the tree in. And then once we get the soil pushed back on top, we're going to add some water on that. That'll kind of soak down through and hopefully get the root ball entirely watered and help kind of push some of those air bubbles out. So, and last thing we're going to do is just sprinkle a little bit more of that fertilizer around the outer base of the tree, and that will just be a slow release that'll kind of trickle down through the soil when we water and when it rains. So let's get started. So it's been a couple days since we got the trees planted. They're doing well. Another thing we did was put mulch around the trees. Just going to help keep the weeds away, and it's going to help keep that moisture in there for moisture retention. So they're settling in good. Got a lot done in the last couple days as usual, which is great. I do have a honeydew list that I need to get to, so I'm going to go work on that. But really appreciate you guys following along. Like and subscribe. Turn on the bell notification button so you know when the next video is out, and leave me some comments. I'm interested to hear you guys' feedback. Leave me questions too. Look forward to hearing those comments and questions. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.